Hello Virgo, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, something like that. Didn't see a website on here, but there's the spelling if you want to search that person out. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. Website is hayhouse.com at the bottom. Feel free to freeze frame on any of that if you would like to. Okay. Virgo. Oh, that's good. Hold on. Why is that showing up over there? That's a great question. You definitely have somebody who feels sympathetic. This card is showing up in the environment. The Hermit card, which is the Virgo card. It's kind of like, why are you in your environment? There might be another Virgo you're connecting with, or somebody who just thinks the way you do. Somebody who's coming forward that wants to assist you. This is a good connection. This is like somebody you get along with very well. And even though you get along with them, do things work out the way they're supposed to? That's like, you do get along very well. Yeah. The Hermit card shows up on the dice again. Doesn't have to mean you're dealing with another Virgo, but it's somebody I feel like you get along with extremely well. Ace of Cups shows up too. Could be a romantic interest, doesn't have to be. This could be a very good business connection, somebody that you used to hang out with more, a friendship connection, something like that. But there could be some type of issue here in the sense of like who leads. You definitely really get along with this person though, but there's stress here. Things have to move forward. And there might be a challenge with this connection of like, things not moving forward. Things just like floating in the talking stage and never moving forward to the next actual level. This is a co-leadership role. This has happened before. I keep getting like this has happened before, but it's kind of went to the wayside. It's just kind of fizzled or just kind of like didn't go anywhere in the past. It's coming around again, and this can be established better. The point of advice, okay, that I'm getting here is, if this person is somebody you really enjoy being around, you both have to sit down and decide who's going to do what, and like who's going to lead on this and who's going to lead on that, and divide it 50-50. Like, you might have to be the one, because you're watching the reading, to sit down and establish like this is what we're going to do, and then I don't think it's going to be hard to like decide what all the responsibilities will be, but then it may sound hokey, but you might have to do like, you pick a responsibility you want, they pick a responsibility they want, you just keep going down the line until all the responsibilities are taken, and then the agreement is whatever responsibility you took, you lead on that responsibility. Whatever responsibility the other person took, you follow their lead on that responsibility. And just make sure that like you make weekly goals for the responsibilities. Like, whoever, maybe you make it like every other week. Like this week, it's your responsibility to make one of your goals move forward. Next week, it's their responsibility to make one of their goals move forward. It may be literally that simple, but setting up that type of plan will make it happen. Does that seem too simple? Because I'm getting it's kind of like we have to take it out of the talking phase and we have to start making it happen. And ironically, you're the one watching the video. That's why it's kind of falling on you to start the ball rolling. Um, Only in the sense as if you want it to happen. Um, Somebody has to sit down and start making it happen. Somebody has to pull the trigger and make it go. Start the car, get it going. So I keep getting a lot of good cards here. Like, this has really great potential. I'm also getting, with whoever this person is, this system, the system we just talked about of what is the goal, deciding all the components to make this goal happen, and then, you choose one, they choose one, you choose one, they choose one, and then every other week, it's, this week it's your responsibility to move one of them ahead. Next week it's their responsibility to move it ahead. That will be a pattern that will have to keep happening to keep the longevity, to keep this situation working. It'll just have to keep going like that. If that falls to the wayside, the connection will also fall to the wayside. This has potential to really go well. It's establishing it and setting it. Once you establish the pattern, I feel like establishing the pattern is oddly the most exciting yet most difficult part. Establishing the pattern is the most exciting yet most difficult part. And I feel like it's just knowing how the two of you work together, or however the situation works together, that helps the most. Because once it's established, you'll have it. It's just getting yourself to do it and realizing that this is the pattern that works for this situation. You can have success here. It will always have that labored component to it to make that happen. What also might be established with this situation, it's just the way it's coming through, because you're the one listening, you might have to be the one that, like, once a season, it might have to be you, once a season you get together and you decide what you want to happen with this situation, and then you order, like, what you would like the most to the least, you pick the top 5, and you just keep it going. You get the pattern going, you just keep it going. Once a season, just, like, regrouping and how are things going, what do we want to happen. I'm getting, like, every season. Like, the start of every season might be a thing. It's mildly labored, but it's also, like, when I feel the Virgo energy, it's kind of like it is mildly labored, but it's also, as long as it shows benefit, as long as it shows profit of some, even emotional profit, whatever that is, as long as you keep seeing that come back, it'll be fine. Communication, I feel like you're the one watching. You're going to be the one in control of communication and actually making it happen. It's just setting up the pattern, and then we just do it this way every time. It's weird because it seems contrary to the way I do things, so I keep, like, checking, like, is this going to work? It feels like it works for Virgo. So if I'm off, I'm off. You'll let me know. Possibilities will show up. Random possibilities will show up. Only things that have the potential to be tabled will actually come to fruition. I don't see us jumping at we're not jumping at a moment's notice. I don't see that happening. So I almost feel like we want to keep a running list of possibilities. So if one of you comes across a possibility and like that looks fun, I almost feel like I want to text it to myself. I don't know if you've ever done that. Like, if you text, at least for my phone, if I text something to myself, it'll come back to me. It'll be like, it'll just sit there, and it'll be like an unread thing to myself. And then when I do, the reason I do that is if I'm out somewhere and I see something, or I'll take a picture of something and I'll text it to myself, so I remember to look at it. And then I leave it in my unread messages because it'll annoy me, and I'll be like, why is there an unread message there? And I won't let myself, like, clear it out till I get home. And when I'm home, I'll write it down on the appropriate place in the appropriate list. I don't know what that says about me, but that's what I do. I haven't done it in a while, but I have done that in the past. That might help you, add new things to the list. But I'm also getting, like, it has to be something that can be tabled. If it's something to be like, we want to start getting into a bowling league or something, just for something obscure, but we have to make that decision that day, I don't feel like that's going to work. But if it's something like maybe next time it comes around, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, you text yourself a picture of a bowling alley, for example, you put it on the list, and then you put it on the calendar, like when to think about, like, do we want to do that? Do we want to be a part of that? It'll come around, and then maybe we'll do it. I don't know why I'm saying that. It seems so strange that I'm saying it to me, but maybe because it's Virgo energy, and I don't really have a lot of Virgo in my chart. I don't know, maybe. The longer this goes, the stronger it gets. I feel like it's a weird situation of volleying it back and forth, and like one of you, and it's probably going to be you, has to be in control to make sure that both of you take turns taking the lead. So you might have to regulate, like, I had the control last time, it's your turn to do it this time, and make sure, and like, it's set up like not only that, like, okay, it's your turn to take control this time, but also when we're saying, like, we're going to take a trip and we're going to take it to wherever we're going to do. Maybe it's 100 miles away, wherever you're going. Kind of like, okay, your job might be like, okay, you decide where you're going to tell that person, you decide where you're going to go, let me know by the end of next week. And then when you get together and like, okay, and like, then like working together with that person, like, these are all the responsibilities. Okay, make sure you get that done by the end of this week. You might have to do that. It depends on your connection. You're going to have to decide for yourself if that needs to happen or not. That might be a component of this. Might be. I feel like you know this person quite well, so it might be like setting up a pattern, or you might not even have to set up a pattern. It might just have to go maybe better this way, in the sense of like, all right, this fall we want to go on 2 trips, and you're gonna do one trip and I'm gonna do the other. So you choose which month you want. I'll take the other month, and or we're gonna choose a weekend, and this month and that month. I'll take this weekend. You take that weekend. I'll put together all the plans just to make sure you're free, and you put together the plans for that. I'll make sure I'm free, and we'll just keep touching base to make sure things are moving forward. Blah 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 blah, stuff like that. I hate to say it, but I keep feeling like you're going to be like a little bit more of a leader than the other person, just a little bit more. But that will last. It will last a long time if you do it. It's a good one. I think this is good. I do get that this is a great connection. It's just that labored part of it is just realizing that that's never going away. I just feel like once you make peace with it, that seems to make things a lot easier. All right, are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.